So, if anyone remembers, the real world was like the original inventor of the confessional. They had this like closet they would go into and they would just like share their deepest, darkest, the stuff that they wouldn't say to anybody else, or like how they were really feeling about how stuff was going in the house. And I don't know why I thought about it the other day, and I thought I should do confessionals for Spectrum, like behind the scenes information and whatever else. Just for like the 3 people who might find it interesting. Welcome to my very first episode of the Closet Confessional. This is my closet because I don't have anything else that would be appropriate. That's the most confessional, like in comparison to how they used to do it on the real world. So for those 3 or 4 people that are interested, welcome to the first episode of Closet Confessionals, the making of Spectrum. So it is Thursday night, January 18th, and Remember the Day, the first single off of the album, has now been released into the world. Remember the Day was the last song to be written for this album. It almost didn't get written. We were literally a week from going into the studio to record, and I didn't have the last song for the record. Not only did I not have the last song, but it meant that we didn't have a single. We had too many ballads, not enough up-tempos, and we had a hole where the last original song was supposed to be. When songs hit me, they just hit me, so I don't need to like sit down and effort this. But with the pressure from my producer, I realized I have to sit down and effort this. So I like took myself to Palm Desert, and it was the middle of the summer, so it was like 130 some degrees there, and nobody goes at that time. So my uncle was kind enough to let me use his condo. I go to Palm Desert. He has no internet because it's off season, so nothing is hooked up. So I'm like, that's great. I won't have any contact with the real world. And I, locked myself away to write for 3 days and came up with nothing but ballads. Again, just the clock is ticking, and my producer was like, you have waited too long. At this point, or Alan, the arranger, he doesn't have time to make another arrangement. This stuff takes time, and we're out of luck now. And if you've come up with something, we're going to have to hire someone else to arrange it. I was in a panic. I have to write a song that is going to be the single. I have to write a song that's an up-tempo, which is already a challenge for me. I have to write a song that is, most importantly, going to be good enough to even deserve to sit on an album with songs like Never Loved a Man and How Deep is the Ocean and I Want to Be Around, and if ever, like some of the most monstrous classic songs. I'm supposed to write something to stand next to that, so no pressure, right? I put an extreme amount of pressure on myself, which does not help the creative process. I don't like writing. I don't like it. I was about to just say, let's just have 9 songs on the album. We don't need 10. It is what it is. I'm not going to force something, and I'm certainly not going to put something that I don't think is good enough on the album. My friend Edie, I was sharing this frustration with her. She's also a writer, not a songwriter, but a screenwriter, scriptwriter, playwright, television, film, and she's been my friend for like 20 some years, so she knows me inside and out. And she said, let's just go grab a glass of wine, have some dinner, and let's just talk about maybe some of the concepts you're playing with. And so we went and we did that, and we talked, and she definitely helped me sort of fine-tune some ideas I had, and more than anything, she just gave me the like confidence I needed. She's like, these are actually really good concepts. You're not coming up with nothing. Like, keep at it. So I came home really encouraged, and I sat down to write, and still nothing. This is another day. I'll make some lunch. So I go into the kitchen, and as I'm walking by the piano, I hit the piano out of frustration. And whatever I hit, whatever notes, and I didn't hit it like with a chord, an intention of hitting a chord. I literally just smacked the keys. And whatever I hit sounded like something to me. So I went back and I found what I heard in my head. And then I had a chord progression, which is never how I write, by the way. And then I thought, here's the melody, which is never how I write. And then I thought, how do I fit the lyrics of this concept I've been playing with into this? And I did. And I had the chorus, and then I was off and running. And then I sent it to David, hoping and praying that he would say it was okay. And he loved it. And then we had to hire someone else to do the arrangement. Because again, there just wasn't enough time. And I wasn't hot on the idea because I feel like one arranger for the whole album creates a conversation. It creates a tone. And so they sent it to somebody new, and he did an arrangement. And we all came together the day before rehearsals. And looked through all the charts and were sussing stuff out, and they're like, nah, this arrangement isn't going to work. We'll start from scratch. And they just did overnight. Remember how they told me it was going to take forever, and then they did it like overnight? That's Remember the Day. That's how it got made. But the concept to me